Hi, this is KeeganOToole in Case Studies in Computer-Based Entrepreneurship, doing a business model canvas on Kyndi. So, brief intro to Kyndi. It's a startup in AI in Silicon Valley. The firm is building what it's called its first explainable AI platform, which is providing audible reasoning behind the AI mystery machine. So it takes documents, any kind of text, and applies natural language processing to parse out terms and context. It creates a structure, finds patterns, finds inconsistencies, and it explains its results by being algorithmic transparency, explaining its parameters, and bringing together the learning and reasoning process from data. So for the business model canvas that I'm going to continue on with, for the first part, customer segments. So customers for Kyndi are segmented into three main groups. They have similar needs and problems, but the first group is government, which it deals with healthcare, IT, defense, finance, and infrastructure. The second group is financial institutes, and it does depository and investment, and then it does the third group, pharmaceuticals. So value propositions, performance and risk reduction would be its main value proposition. So what value does Kyndi deliver to the customer? The software that understands and extracts meaning from your internal data sets, especially text. This increases the productivity of human analysis and identifies documents and passages that require human judgment. It also understands anomalies and potential issues in order to anticipate and proactively manage risk. Which of our customers' problems are we helping solve? So I identified in the intro performance and risk reduction. So it is both minimizing risk of missing valuable information and increasing efficiency. This provides a competitive advantage and enhances organization's performance by uncovering patterns and links that human could never do given the vast amounts of data available today. So some distinguishing factors that I want to identify about Kyndi compared to other AI groups is that it's explainable artificial intelligence, meaning that the software's reasoning is apparent to the user and that the system can explain its rationale. So it gives the ability to understand the why behind the answers and provide an efficient approach to address the very complex issues today on data. And it also pulls from multiple domains, which would be really hard for human analysts to do, to verify information and gather more information. And it doesn't need a lot of training data to automate the generation of fast concepts and inferences. And a quote that I really liked from the CEO, Ryan Welsh, was from the data stage to the knowledge stage. So for channels, due to the technological nature of Kyndi, the sales channels are pretty direct to the government agency, financial institute, or pharmaceutical company. They can deploy in the cloud or in a private cloud, as with some government institutions. And Kyndi is built from recognition due to expertise and quality. And they've developed awareness through a couple different avenues, one being articles on AI, such as the New York Times is their smarter path to AI, some experts hope so, featuring Kyndi. So for customer relationships, because the software must be connected to the company's data, Kyndi uses a direct approach to implement and manage the government, financial institute, or pharmaceutical section. So typically they have a sales representative and some software engineers partnered with individual clients for support. And they typically do a demonstration of value, which is when a customer has like 15 different use cases where they can use it within the data in their company, and Kyndi will identify a couple of the cases that have the highest return on yield and accessibility to data for that company initially. So for revenue streams, Kyndi currently has 3 different customer segments. Pricing is most likely both customer segmented dependent and volume of information being processed dependent. So a typical cost would be more than $500,000. Given that it's software, licensing fees probably apply to each customer, and each customer is a substantial percentage of the revenue stream, given that each new customer provides like in a huge amount of $500,000 to their revenue. So for key resources in human and intellectual, so creating software is a knowledge-intensive business which requires human resources. It requires a skilled workforce. So that would be a main resource that they need, and requiring licensing and proprietary knowledge and creating that software is an intellectual resource. So for key partnerships, as a small startup, the company really relies on like their initial investors. So recently discovered an article saying that they had closed on $20 million in funding with Series B funding, which means that they're on to the stage of expanding market reach and growing the company so that it can meet the levels of demand. So for key activities, they're in the development and delivery of software. They're problem solving for each individual customer or client, and just making sure that software translates to each new industry. And they're continually developing into new industries and purposes, one being insurance. For cost structure, as a startup, they are a cost-driven company, so they really want to stretch their investors' money. They have a high fixed cost given that they need highly skilled employees, and they have salaries for those employees. So for the value proposition design of the main customer segment, I broke that into the 3 different segments and then where they're trying to expand. So for government, they're trying to integrate dissimilar data from information silos at scale to improve the threat assessment process. This allows human analysts to spend the majority of their time on the qualitative research and quickly take action on the insights they discover. For financial institutes, they are trying to understand anomalies and potential issues in order to anticipate and proactively manage risk. And for pharmaceuticals, they are trying to leverage prior research and learnings to gain insight and significant efficiency in the drug discovery process, or provide the edge in investment analysis. And then to continue and grow their business in conjunction with RPA tools such as UniPath, Automation Anywhere, or Blue Prism. They're trying to build bots that analyze text and automate inefficient workflows. So as I mentioned before, they're trying to expand into the insurance by analyzing medical records for class action lawsuits and understand drug interactions or pharmacovalence applications.